The world really feels crazier than ever. News cycles are always relentless, social media can be really overwhelming, and life just seems to move at a pace that at times feels impossible to keep up with. In this video, we're going to talk about how to stay calm and thrive in this chaotic world we live in. So first, let's talk about mindset. In a world that feels absolutely out of control, the most powerful thing you can do is just focus on what you do have control over. Your own thoughts, your own emotions, and how you respond to everything that's going on. One thing I found is that so many people constantly live in what I would call reaction mode. They're constantly responding to the next crisis, the next notification on their phone, or the next stressful event. But when you shift instead into response mode, you take back control. So what do I mean by this? What I mean is, instead of reacting emotionally to everything that happens, you just pause, reflect, and you respond with intention, if you respond at all. The key is to not let yourself get so emotionally spun up every time something happens. I mean, the amazing thing with the technology that we now have is that we're aware of things going on all over the world 24/7. But at the same time, that means with all the negativity and evil in the world, we're like hyper aware of that as well. So it's all about just learning not to get so spun up every time something emotional happens. And one thing is we have to learn to accept uncertainty. The world is just unpredictable. And the sooner that you make peace with this, the less stress that you'll feel overall. Another thing is the importance of finding inner peace, not external stability. So true peace really comes from within, not from external circumstances. And this is one of the core truths, one of the core teachings of spirituality, that ultimately we need to look within ourselves for peace and security and love and everything, rather than trying to find the perfect combination of things externally to be happy or to be content or to feel safe. We have to learn to, at times, go within and just find that true peace within ourselves. Another key here is to focus on gratitude and have the right perspective, have a positive perspective with things, no matter what's going on. Because when you focus on what's going right, it really rewires your brain to see things in a more positive light and to see opportunities instead of obstacles. The reality is that every one of us at any given point in time has numerous challenges and obstacles and difficulties in our life. So what we want to do is just learn to be grateful for the things that are going well, because I guarantee in your life, no matter how many challenges you have, no matter how difficult certain things may be, I'm sure there are at least a few things, likely many more, that are going extremely well, amazing relationships that you have, things that are just going well in your life, things you can focus on and be grateful for, no matter how difficult other aspects of your life might be. So all these different aspects have to do with having the right foundation to thrive in this crazy world. So now let's take it a step further and actually talk about some of the practical tools that you can use to stay grounded. So while having that right mindset is critical, you also need structure and tools in your day to help you stay focused and productive despite whatever craziness is going on in the world. So if you haven't already, think about the types of routines that you can implement in your life. It could be a solid morning routine. Maybe you do like a meditation or a workout, something in the evening before you go to bed. But any kind of a simple daily ritual that you can start in a positive way, it really helps to anchor you and it helps to give you more structure to your day. Another key here is learning to prioritize your health and wellness. So making sure you get the right amount of great sleep, that you're getting enough exercise, you have great relationships in your life. All these things just really directly impact your ability to handle stress. And now another really powerful tool I want to mention is simply learning to limit the information that you take in. So what do I mean by this? If you're constantly like doom scrolling or consuming negative news or social media drama, you're essentially like programming your mind for stress. And instead what you want to do is be much more selective about the type and kinds of media that you're taking in on a daily basis. So learn to be more selective. And if you're a total news junkie, that's fine, but maybe you limit it to once in the morning, you read the news, see what's going on, because there's gonna be a lot of negativity there. Or another thing, maybe you wanna curate your social media a little bit more. Maybe you have a specific time every day that you check things, and then that's it. Rather than popping in every time a notification comes up on your phone. It's also not very productive to live that way. But unfollow accounts that just have nothing but drama and negativity, and follow people on social media who have inspiring, uplifting messages and actually educate you and inspire you in some way. Another thing you can do here is just on your phone, set limits to different apps, set limits to different news apps or social media apps. Again, what we want to do is just reduce that negative social media or news that we're consuming, because it just puts you in a weird place for the day. And it's fine to be informed and it's good to know what's going on in the world, but this constant intake of negativity is just not a good thing. So all of these tools and resources can definitely help you stay focused and in control, but there's still one more piece to thriving in a chaotic world, and that is learning to turn down the digital noise. So let's be honest here, we're all overstimulated with social media and applications and our phones. Endless notifications, the doom scrolling, comparing our lives to what we see on social media. All of this really takes us out of the present moment and drains so much of our energy. Very often, having too much of this digital stimuli actually can lead to anxiety, distraction, and burnout. And if you ever feel like your brain just can't relax and it can't slow down, this could be a very common reason why. We're all so used to constantly scrolling for the next thing, the next notification. We sort of have lost our ability to maintain focus and attention on one thing. So how can you turn down this noise and also reset your energy in a sense? Well, here are 3 very simple ways to do that. So first, it sounds silly, but set screen time limits. Reduce this sort of mindless scrolling that we're all guilty of and replace it with real life activities. You can go into Instagram, for example, and just set a timer, and it'll tell you when you've reached that amount of time viewing content on Instagram for that day. And you can set it for 10 minutes, 15, 20, whatever. But it's just helpful to have these kinds of tools and to sort of remind you of just how much time that we're giving to social media and applications and how much time we're spending on our phones. So another thing that you can do is to create what we can call a no tech area in your own house. Maybe you decide that your phone doesn't need to go in your bedroom. And when you go there, it's to rest, it's to sleep. So just leave your phone elsewhere. And also that way, when you get up, you're not gonna reach for your phone and start scrolling right away first thing in the morning. So think about that. Be more intentional with how you use technology. Technology is wonderful, but we also wanna use it in a way that supports us as human beings and doesn't take all of our energy and focus every day. And here again, I want to touch on this idea of just mindful consumption. So be intentional with the kinds of content that you're consuming, what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, and choose content that is uplifting and inspiring and positive. And if you ever really want to just reset, then take time to disconnect and reconnect with yourself and your family and your loved ones. Spend time in nature, meditate, or just sit in silence, go out for a walk without your phone. You'll be amazed at how quickly your mind can clear up when it doesn't have these constant digital distractions all the time. So again, to learn to thrive in this crazy, chaotic world we all live in, focus on these 3 areas. Number 1, having the right mindset. Train your brain to stay calm and in control. Second, focus on practical tools and create stability through routines, through taking care of yourself, and through managing how information gets to you. And then finally, digital detox. Turn down the noise and also take time to just unplug from technology and reconnect with yourself and people you care about. So which of these strategies are you going to implement in your life? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.